Okay, for this assignment you were instructed in how to grid your photo. Now it's time to transfer it over to black paper. What you're going to do is take your line drawing and a piece of black construction paper the same size. You're going to tape them together with masking tape or quick release scotch tape just on two sides because you want to be able to peek and make sure you've got everything traced. And you're going to take a ballpoint pen. You're going to place several sheets of padding under that black paper because you want the ballpoint pen to indent the black paper enough so that you can see your lines. And you're going to trace hard over all your lines. Peek a couple times, make sure you have everything. Once you're sure you've traced everything, you're going to remove the tape and the drawing. Take a white colored pencil and you're going to go over all those indentations. Now I've already done that so you can see where you're heading with this. When you take that off the first time, you're not going to be able to see the white lines. Of course, you're going to see indentations in the paper, and that's where you're going to go over with this white colored pencil. So you can begin your painting with oil pastels. But for now, you can see there's a lighter color, which is your highlight. There's a medium color, and there's a dark shadow color. And I'm going to show you how to start using those. You're going to start with the medium color, and you're going to go over your entire face. You're breaking it and turning it to the side, and you're going in a circular motion to get good coverage. I'm not going over the white lines because I still want to see where these features are, but I'm going as close on both sides of those white lines as I can. Okay, as you can see, I've used my medium tone and I've completely covered everything except the eyes, the hair, the mouth, and the nose. You can still see my white outlines, so I know where I'm at with the features. Make sure you cover the neck and the ears also with this mid-tone. Okay, you're going to take your highlight color now, and you're going to look at your photo, and you're going to feel your own face if you have to, and anything that pops out, you're going to sketch out and skiff over with this highlight color. This is going to go everywhere that you just put the medium, except under the eyes, right under the nose, and under the neck. This is actually putting your skin on the muscle. If we were going to use scientific terms, you've got to flesh out your skin now. So now this is how your paper should look once you've added the highlight. So I've fleshed it out. The things that are coming forward are coming forward. Notice how I highlighted here and a little bit above the eyes because these parts of your face actually stick out. Now I'm going to take that medium tone that we first put on the first application, and I'm going to use it as a blending paintbrush, so to speak, and go back over all that highlight color. And see what's happening is it's blending the two colors, the highlight and the medium, together to form the skin color, a new lit skin color that's lighter than this shadowed area that the medium tone created. So it acts like a paintbrush in mixing these two colors together to create another value. So now you have four values. You have the medium, the highlight, and the shadow, and you have this new dual color made with the highlight and the medium. And you're going to go over and blend that together. Okay, so you can see I've blended the medium and the highlight together. Now I'm going to take my shadow color and I'm going to look at the photo and I'm going to see where I need to add some darker values. And this is where you're going to start taking your medium and your highlight and covering up those guidelines. You're going to start taking the flesh all the way out now and covering some of those up. You also use the medium to blend with the shadow color so it isn't such a harsh line. and you're going to go back and forth. Maybe you think your nose is faded away a little bit. You're going to add maybe a little more highlight on its own. Blend that just a little with your finger so it doesn't blend back to the same color as the cheeks and comes out a little further. This is where you're going to start looking at the photo and saying, okay, what is really sticking out? What do I need to do to make it look like me? What shapes do I need to highlight? What shapes do I need to shadow? Where are the shadows? And if you squint at your picture, this makes it a little more obvious. You use your shadow at this point to make things come forward. So you put your lightest light by your darkest dark. So on the edge of the nose, I'm going to put a little more darkness, right where I just put that pure highlight. And that's going to make that nose pop out a little more. There's a shadow between the hair and the head. Your hair isn't stuck to your head, so you want to make sure that you get that in there. And I'm hurrying quite a bit for this demo. You're going to take your time blending and smoothing, and depending on the quality of your oil pastels, you're going to get you can get a really realistic blending and the time you take, or you can get something a little more expressive like this is. It's up to you. Once you know the rules, you can break the rules. But basically, you're just blending with your medium color. That is the blender. That is the key to success, is how you blend the medium color with the highlight and the mid-tone. Okay, so we've used highlight, mid-tone, and shadow to bring out some of the details that pop out on your face and some of the things that go back. I've added a little bit of color to the eyes and the lips. I'm going to have you watch how we take that mid-tone, shadow, and highlight to do the lips also. So I've got my middle tone on there already. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight to that bottom lip, because your bottom lip is always lighter in appearance than the top lip. Then I'm going to take that medium tone and just kind of blend that out. Now I'm going to take a dark shadow color, and this is kind of a neat trick, and I'm going to carefully lay in a lot of color right on that black line. It looks kind of goofy for now. Then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to pull carefully downward, and with my thumb the other direction upward, and this will create the illusion of the opening of the mouth. It'll give you another little value. And it kind of looks like those lines you see on your lips anyway. So at this point you can go add a little more highlight if you want to the bottom. You can also add a little bit of highlight to the top of the lips if you want to. There's always a little catch light on the edge of your lips, right between the lips and where the skin starts. You can throw that on there. Yeah, it looks like my bottom lip probably should be a little bit wider down here, so I'm going to add that in. And there you have it. Color you choose to use for your medium, just make sure you have a lighter color for the highlights, a darker color for the shadow. Directly draw the shape of your hair in, don't just scribble it in. It does have a direction to it. Look at your photo, draw exactly the lines you see. Once you add your highlights, and you throw in your shadow right next to your lightest lights. Blend over it with your finger. You're going to start to get that nice depth of illusion of texture. So your lightest light right next to your darkest dark, blended with your medium tone, will give you the good illusion of your hair. But pay attention to how your hair is laid in. Don't just scribble it in. Actually draw each hair stroke in that you see. This is where you're going to cover the white lines and blend down into the face somewhat. Make sure you get that shadow put in between your hair and the skin. Okay, so we've gone from our line drawing to a finished pastel